zombie, hey, 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 in your head, in your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Well, that was weird.
Yeah, well, we're waiting for Jahan to hurry up.
Yeah, well, I had to go and fix that. Okay, there we go.
How much of Resident Evil have we played? Me, none.
Me, none, but I want Jahan to play it. I want us to get drunk and get Jahan to play it.
I want us to get drunk and scared.
Yeah, I'm
That
terrified.
should be the name of a show. Drunk and Afraid. Screw Naked and Afraid. I want Drunk and Afraid.
That'd be so good.
I was about to say, is this based off Naked and Afraid? And I was like, oh god.
There was this huge monster coming towards
we still
me.
naked?
Turns out it was just
You can still be naked. That's not a requirement.
We'll
anymore,
fix it in
but we're
post.
not-
It's okay.
Yeah.
We're not going to hinder that.
Do you guys feel robbed this week from May the 4th?
Yes, I do.
May the 4th.
Look, I think you built it up. I think Disney were like, we've announced so much shit. Give us a fucking break. I think you built yourself up to fail.
An inkling of anything would have been great, in my opinion. But yes,
We got
you're
Bad
right.
Batch.
Bad
that
Batch
we'll
was
talk
great.
about later on. But,
Bad Batch was fantastic in my opinion, but we didn't get a snippet of KOTOR, Jedi Fallen Order, no Obi-Wan, TV news, nothing.
fairness, so in terms of KOTOR, we did only hear 4 months ago that they've announced the development of it. They're hardly going to have a fucking trailer or anything else to.
4 months ago, we were talking about it and predicted it was
Possibly
it was gonna
though,
be, and then the week after we did that podcast, there was KOTOR news, and we were like, "Do we know shit that other people don't know?"
I've been shining my balls, my crystal balls.
But you'd expect now that it has been announced that it's in development.
No, I don't expect a trailer 4 months down the track.
No, but give me
But
I don't expect that game until 2023.
But to be fair, Star Wars didn't say anything. They weren't like, this is going to be the one. They're just like, hey, we got Bad Batch coming out on May the 4th. And then that was pretty much it.
They did have that thing from Disneyland as well, though, that looked like a realistic lightsaber.
I do know what you're talking about, but...
Can you explain it to me, please? Because I don't know what it is.
So you know that Star Wars land experience thing at Disneyland?
Yes.
So it looks like they're...
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, that one.
That's what it is.
Thank you. So until now, and still now, you can build your own lightsaber. That costs like $200 fucking dollars. It's whatever. But they had a trailer the other day with Daisy Ridley, and there's a new experience in opening next year. But people are wondering, because of the way the lightsaber was in the trailer, is if you can build your own realistic lightsaber, as in it doesn't need to have a glass at the end of it, or it doesn't need to have the whole lightsaber or something coming out of the thing. It looks like an actual lightsaber. I'm not sure how functional it is. I don't know if Marshall is going to be able to cut his Thanksgiving turkey with it, but it looks like a real lightsaber.
But it can't work because you would...
Another one to add to my collection.
General Kenobi.
Hello there.
It can't work though. There's no... everything would melt around you. It'd have to be that hot for it to work, right?
We did see that Kyle Hill did prove it's like holding a nuclear power plant in your hands, and if you touched anyone with it, they would explode into a cloud of vapor. But look, that's what I mean. I don't know how functional it is, but if they figured out a way to manipulate light, I'm all for it.
This would be brilliant in so obviously cutting turkey is no doubt the number one reason
why
they
you
want to
get
make
lightsaber.
one. But I just realized for paramedics, they could cauterize shit so easily.
No more using a knife.
Why did that sound like anime?
Oh god, no.
Oh, Masha-san.
It's so bad.
I thought it was good.
I reckon that would be arguably probably the best use for it. Just cauterizing wounds and whatnot, or if in the worst case, having to amputate someone on the spot and just done. Blood's it's been all sealed off.
But by that logic, you can't cauterize something and amputate something with the same I don't want to say weapon.
You can.
Tool.
Because if it's
called a
heated,
lightsaber.
if it's heated, it's
No,
going
but
to,
if you're touching it, it's going to burn through it.
yeah, it's burning, and so it's
As
then
it cutting.
cooking and cutting it off. It's
Anyway,
fine.
all right.
Can we just start the
This
episode,
shit's
please?
cooked.
Cue the music. And welcome back to another podcast of the Natcast with Jahan, Robbie, and of course I'm Tom.
Of course.
Why is it NPR?
Naturally.
What?
He's
What?
got like an NPR voice just
I
then.
did say that we should do that last week, remember?
Yeah. Anyway,
But I think
I
that
feel,
was...
I feel like is it called Bob Ross, whatever he is with the painting? He's like,
yeah.
we're just
and
gonna,
we're just going to put that right there, and that'll be our little
we're
secret.
just gonna, we're
If
just,
you tell anyone about that bush, I will come to your family. I will come to your house. I will kill you.
we're just gonna smack some
I
reds
feel
and
like-
blues together.
I feel like I suggested the NPR vibe when we had multi-camera and we had Jahan as the host.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Okay. Well,
'Cause
not
he
multi-camera
is-
yet. But
I think what we need for Jahan is
I need a fireplace.
he needs a fireplace. He needs a glass of
a
whiskey,
green screen.
A
right
robe.
here.
a robe, and just a cool, soothing voice.
Give me some whiskey. I'll put some coffee. I'll put some whiskey in my coffee. It'd be lovely.
Whiskey in my cup.
Let's cover that so no one can see the actual logo.
I think I finished it last night.
I've only got a little bit of whiskey myself left. I'm gonna pick up some.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot to get through, particularly in the world of gaming. All right,
Back to Alcoholics Anonymous and gaming.
but for the longest, I haven't really been excited by many games as of recent. But for some reason, all these games that are coming out in May, I am really excited for many different reasons. Some because it's out of my normal scope of what I play, but it also is just very interesting in terms of the dynamics of what it is and what it's trying to do. So let's count them down.
Tall Bitch Village.
How's the tall bitch, Jahan? RE Village, it's out.
Yeah. So
What's the verdict?
I haven't had the opportunity to play yet. I'm just trying to figure out when I do have some time because my girlfriend's mum's over this weekend, so I can't just be glued to the TV. However, I have watched streams of it due
Could
to.
show her what she's in for.
Hey, hey, why don't you come and watch this with me? And we're just like, who's she? I don't know. Everyone just loves her.
That's tall bitch.
That's tall bitch. But there's a bunch of Capcom streamers
Hating
who
tall bitch.
got the game early, and so they've been streaming it. So I've been watching one guy called Carcinogen, who's a no-hit speedrunner for primarily Resident Evil games, and started at 11 p.m., finished the game on hardcore deathless as well, which was, he didn't even realize it. He's like, chat, oh my God, have I just finished this deathless? This is my first playthrough of this game. So we finished that. Story-wise, I really liked it. I personally liked what the ending was. So there's that. It's very RE4 in vibes.
Wait, you've already seen the ending.
Yes.
Dude, it's been out for like a day.
I'm a big Resident Evil fan. Could not tell you exactly what the fuck the story is because it goes everywhere. But I'm a decent.
But people are liking this, right? Because
Yeah.
there is like the mansion vibes, which is huge. RE1.
RE1. They've got the village. They've got the village. So there's RE4 vibes. People enjoyed RE7, like the first person. I think people are a little off of Ethan personally, Ethan Winters, but he does a decent job here. I think he's okay. My God, he goes through a lot of shit. The fact that he's still functioning like as a sane human is phenomenal. Like one of the demos, the village demo. So there was a castle demo and a village demo that came out. Something happens in the village demo, and he just like breaks down and goes, "Why does this stuff keep happening to me?" I'm like, dude, 3 years is not enough time. You need to get away from here and just go to a therapist and stay there. Like, there's no way you could be
I love how this is just like
sane after this much
It's like
time.
go to a therapist. This is normal. Don't worry. The whole world is just corrupted by zombies.
It do be like that.
Yeah, it's like
But I think
go
it's a
back
good
to your
game.
day job.
I think it's a good game. I think you guys would enjoy it. I do think we should play it.
Yeah, I want to get drunk and commentate whilst you play.
When we fix up
Oh
this
my God, let's do it.
Yeah, when we fix up this garage, we can do it in here. We can have the cameras facing us and all that crap and work it off from that point.
Yeah, I like it. Subnautica Below Zero. I never played the first Subnautica, but I saw the trailer for this, And it looks
Very
phenomenal.
chilled. Well, not chilled, anxious, but anxious chilled.
It's chilled, but also scary. It's scary.
Is this it's scary? Is this another one we have to get drunk and just like?
No, I don't. I would not want to get drunk when you play this.
So for context,
I do.
It's underwater survival, and I think it's got really good game mechanics.
It's always survival when you're underwater. Just
It's got a good point there. But this. Sorry,
he's got a good point. Thank you. Justification.
There's like sharks in it as well, and like I'm not afraid of sharks, but when I'm in their home and I'm just swimming about, there's definitely some unease there, whether it be virtual or real. So when you're diving around the coral reef and a great white just kind of goes over the top of you in this first-person game, you arguably should be
terrifying.
like, no, especially I think it's VR as well.
world now.
Okay, fuck that.
I believe the first game is VR.
At the same
ready,
time, I'd
so-
love to like play VR with that shit. That would be like looking up and just seeing
Get your heart rate up.
like a great white. I'm like, oh, I think that would actually give a lot of people like actual like
Anxiety.
real world scale for how
So,
big a great white is, because
actually-
they are fucking huge.
So on that note of like being scared and stuff, like they've been trying to use VR as a way to help people overcome their home like phobias.
Really?
Yeah, so for example,
Like
if you're
spiders?
if you're an arachnophobic,
I was gonna say home invasion. That would make me more terrified.
America.
just in bed. Okay, so we're gonna get you just in bed and just see someone walk by you like the window. No, so essentially what they do is because it's a conscious thing. Yeah, it's a subconscious thing. So they go and start with a small spider on the desk, and because they can control what it does, they can make sure it doesn't like skitter towards you or anything like that. And then you slowly work it, like just stand near it. You don't need to touch it or anything like that. Just stand near it. Okay, cool. And they slowly build up until it's like a tarantula and stuff, and work off of that. And it apparently does help people, because it's one thing to be like, here's an actual huntsman, which is an actual wild animal that may jump off and do its own thing, or it could stay here.
Cons love to jump.
Yeah, oh my God.
Now pet this tarantula.
Yeah, now pet this tarantula. It's your friend now.
That happened. Well, so at home we have like a reptile village. It's a really random place
What?
at home. Like so at home there's
In Ireland?
Yeah, it's a really random place in Ireland. There's like a reptile.
You guys have
village.
reptiles?
Well, in a village, yeah. So in the reptile village, and like so they brought out this like tarantula and just put it on my hand, and I had a fucking snake around me at the same time. Like,
The lesser
is
known
this
Animal
Mortal
Crossing
Kombat
spin-off.
Sorry.
Reptile Village. I thought the snake. Wait,
Lady Huntsman.
obviously, there's no snakes in Ireland, right?
St.Partick drove them all out. Yeah.
Yes. So I assume you got zoos and shit with snakes in them. Is it like a holy shit? Look at this thing.
Sorry.
Oh no, Tom's dying.
Patrick's
It's how like factually you said it, just like straight face, just went in with it.
Because that's what we were all told growing up, that St. Patrick drove all the snakes out of Ireland. So when you said snakes, I was like, oh my God, it's like he threw up a softball for me to Barry Bonds this shit.
I just imagine a guy like in full suit with a monocle. He's pissed as fuck, and he's just
a pie
ushering
cup,
snakes
yeah.
off the
Well,
land
the whole
of
thing we were
Ireland.
taught growing up is like he's there driving them off a cliff. Like he's there, like it's like he's hunting cattle, but hunting the snakes off a cliff.
Away with you.
Yeah, basically, away.
Snakes
Get
just
out
like-
of here.
Get,
Get out of here.
American, just
But
get
he-
going. Get.
But he left his Sky Boys from Sligo. Sligo. Fucking snakes. Yeah, so we do have snakes in the zoo and shit like that, and the reptile village, naturally.
Naturally.
But yeah, I don't think we have there's a really good wildlife park in somewhere in Cork that I can't remember what it's called. Photo Wildlife Park, that's what it's called. So interestingly enough, Cork City in Ireland is actually an island, but it's not like a thing that people really kind
So
of.
it's actually so Cork City is where Reptile Village is.
No, Cork City. No, so Reptile Village is in the county of Kilkenny in some random fucking small town. It's really weird. But Cork City is like the second biggest city in Ireland.
And
But-
that has the DLC pack to Reptile Village with this animal.
exactly, yeah. So they have
animal farm.
So they have Photo Wildlife Park. Yeah, they have like animal. They have farm life,
Pokemon
whatever.
Snap, like it's great.
Yeah, and it's actually an island. So like the whole city
That's
centre
kinda neat.
is an island, and no one ever calls that fact out. And I'm like, that's a major USP.
That's pretty cool, actually. Okay.
But yeah, they have a wildlife park where basically it's like fucking Jurassic Park. It's like
Major USP.
I'm working for Tourism Cork now. Yeah, they have like a wildlife park where there's just fucking giraffes and everything just fucking roaming around.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's
Okay.
like there's no the only
Oh
cage.
my god!
The only
it's
cage.
the Spy. It's the Spy Kids number 2 where they had that island where all
With
the
all the
chimera
animals,
animals.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just no thumb people. The only
alright.
the only cage I saw was around the cheetahs, and you know what? I'm fine with that.
That's really cool. Okay.
Yeah,
I love how Subnautica Below Zero became
Reptile Village.
Reptile Village in Ireland.
became
And then the
became Tourism Cork.
DLC pack Cork City.
Cork City. What's next on the list? Let's move off from this quickly.
So this next one I wouldn't normally put in, but I really like detective games like Murdered Soul Suspect and like LA Noire. I think they're really
you play
cool.
Professor Layton?
No.
Okay, that's a Nintendo game, so you should. No, actually, I don't think you would like it at all. Never mind.
Okay,
Go
thanks,
on.
Jahan. So it's called Famicom Detective Club, and it was a really old game, and they've, I guess, rebooted it for the Switch. And you are a detective, obviously trying to solve murder mysteries, and I really like that. It's a different spin on games. You don't have to be like shooty bang bang. You can
shooty bang bang, shooty bang bang. We love you.
and our shitty.
Do we have a date for it?
I completely forgot. I just know it's out this month.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm cool. I'm keen with that.
Okay, next.
What is
This?
We have a list of 9 to get through. Fucking hurry up. It's 16 minutes
Okay.
in already. And I've spent more time talking about fucking Cork.
Okay, did you like Payday 2 or just Payday heist
Yes,
games in
yeah.
general? Do you like
Son
heists?
of a bitch. I'm
I'm
in.
in.
Is this a like Robin Hood version?
It is the medieval Robin Hood version, essentially,
Oh,
of Payday.
fuck
But
me.
hang on, it's got a nice little spin on it. So it's called Hood, Outlaws, and Legends, and you're a team of 4. As I said, it's set in medieval times, so you're using bows and swords and axes and throwing knives and all that type of stuff. I assume there's probably like smoke bombs and whatnot. But it's not just you trying to steal pieces of art and obviously get away with it and all that type of stuff. You're actually versing another team of 4 as well at the same time. So you've got NPCs to verse and other players
So it's
to
Rainbow Six Siege Payday.
Payday. Essentially,
Oh, okay.
watch the trailer for it. It is incredible. It is so cool.
4v4.
Get out of
That's one for the YouTube video.
I completely got distracted by those people.
I fucking love heist games. Payday
Yeah,
2
okay.
was sick. I don't think it's not first person, it's third person. But
Slight tangent, like heist games and Rainbow Six and Rainbow Siege and all that. I did watch the Michael B. Jordan Without Remorse last night.
That ad will not stop playing, and it looks so generic.
It's so boring.
Mm.
It's so boring.
Man's family gets like killed or hurt. Man wants revenge.
Yeah.
Do it.
You nailed it. And they've immediately set themselves, at least with Extraction, with like Chris Hemsworth's one, it was good. I really enjoyed Extraction. Fucking Without Remorse was so fucking boring.
That's unfortunate.
Anyway, sorry.
it is really sad.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit more later on, but yeah, that was.
But yeah, Hood,
sorry.
Outlaws, and Legends.
I'm keen for that. Okay. All right.
I'm excited for this, man. This is sick.
Sounds good.
I see one on here that I'm very excited for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can fucking guess which one.
Yeah. But
Oh, no,
before-
no. Well, there's 2 on
Just-
here.
Let's just get it out of the way.
No, sorry, there's 2. Well, there's
Let's
actually
just
4 games
look,
on here.
Look, let's just get it out of the way.
Metopia for Switch.
That's what I was talking about. I was talking about
Jahan's.
Metopia.
Not the one I thought you were going to talk about.
The next one I am excited for as well.
So just for context, Metopia, if you remember the little Miis from
the Wii.
the Wii, it's like a game set around that. That's kind of like a Final Fantasy / like
That shit was on 3DS.
Yeah.
Well, there was a form of it on 3DS, and because 3DS had Street Pass, everyone would be walking around with their 3DSs. And what would happen is Tom and your Miis would come and join my quest, so I could hire them for 1 turn, and we would fight a monster Final Fantasy-esque style, like
Yeah.
turn for turn. And what would happen is you would slowly make your way to the end. You'd save the boss. You'd get little icons and equiptables for your me. That was it. There was nothing else to this game, and it was like a drug. Especially when you went to when we could go to conventions and stuff. You would take your 3DS and you would leave it in your pocket, play around once or twice when you could, and you would have like, hey, I think it was a maximum of 30 or 50 like street passes that you could collect at one time. And because you could rack them up, like you could double down on them, every half an hour you'd have to look just to clear it out so you could continue getting them. And it was the most fun. So if this is anything like that...
Well, it's coming to Switch.
I'm so excited to play this again.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
All right, let's address it. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is out this month.
Tom had his fucking Mortal Kombat moment.
No, so this is a weird point. Over the last month, there's a few new games on here that I want to play now, like Hood, Outlaws, and Legends. But over the last month, there's been 3 games that have currently come out right now that I'm excited to play: Pokemon Snap, Returnal, and RE Village. I haven't bought any of them because I don't want to buy them and then just immediately drop them when Mass Effect Legendary Edition comes out.
Have you gotten over the whole Returnal $125?
No.
Okay.
It's $30 extra, and I'm just like, I'm not parting with that.
Fair.
So,
fair.
Like, because that money doesn't even go to...
And I support you in that.
The money doesn't even, I assume, doesn't even go to the developers. It's taxes for the Australian government.
Anyway.
Got it from marketing spotting around.
Anyway,
I'm very excited for Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
I'm excited. Did you see the trailer for what obviously the original Mass Effect looked like and the Legendary Edition and all the different textures?
Some scenes in the original to me looked a bit better.
Yeah.
Like, just lighting wise, but I'm like, okay, fair enough. But however, then the model itself looks better in the Legendary Edition. So I'm like, what's happened here with the lighting? It's a sunset. There should clearly be a shadow being casted across Anderson's face. But it's like they've got one of these studio lights that we've currently got just like shining right on his like face and front body. There's no shadows. But I'm very excited to play this. I can't wait to play with Garrus and Tali again and go and play the Shadow Broker DLC.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Very excited.
I love that they have just fine-tuned it a little bit with the actual combat mechanic, because that was the one thing I just hated so much in Mass Effect 1. I mean, I actually like the simplicity of it, but it was annoying.
I believe, have they gone and fine-tuned the armor as well? Because the armor was like all over the place.
I think so. So that's what I mean. So that all the gripes that people had with it, they've actually like, again, okay, we're going to try and make this a little bit more, without trying to destroy what Mass Effect 1 really was. We're going to try and make it like 2 and 3. Which is a great thing to do,
Mass Effect
in my
1
opinion.
story was good. Game mechanics were not the best.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the changes there.
Yeah. So like even like, so in Mass Effect 1, you had to control the whole team at once, right? And then, but now you can control them individually in terms of what you want to do.
Okay.
Can we just quickly talk about that? So I think I put it into the group the other day that the Australian government have now passed tax breaks for gaming companies here, so the industry can grow.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I was trying to talk to my girlfriend about this, and it was so hard to like convey how good of a thing this is. We have no gaming industry here.
So it's kind
for many reasons.
It's kind of double edged. So like the only way you can get the tax breaks is if you contribute more than $500,000 a year to the Australian economy.
Is that through your game, or is that just?
It's just through your company.
Okay.
Well, so I guess that's if you're like a 10 people strong company, I mean, you're all earning over 50 grand. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you
so
could.
for like the guys making a game in their garage, not going to get anything. But like for like a small gaming company,
or the indie, because we got heaps of mobile devs here.
Well, mobile games like make bank. So
yeah. Well, there's a lot of them here in Australia.
Huge for them. Huge.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's part of the reason they are mobile, because it's so much easier than being like a large studio.
Yeah.
And let's not forget as well, like the other reason why massive, I suppose, game development isn't happening here is, sorry.
Our internet shit.
Yeah, I was about to say our internet shit. Sorry, I just sneezed. Yeah, our internet sucks, and you'd have a better chance downloading the terabyte file that you just made and getting on a plane and flying to America or England and just giving it to someone compared to how long it would take to...
It's actually just like Australia's coming into the 21st century, like starting to get like, I mean, look, still very behind in terms of like solar, wind,
Everything.
renewable energy, and internet and all that. But like gaming, like it's such an obvious one to just be like, yeah, we're going to be a leader in this. It's such an obvious one.
I'd love to see how this transforms now into esports and everything too.
I can't wait to see like, so Scotty from marketing posting his curry on fucking LinkedIn. Now he's going to be posting that he's playing fucking Farmville on LinkedIn.
COD.
I can't wait to see him doing that. Like, yeah, we're supporting the gaming industry. Yeah,
22 kills in COD. Let's get that nuke, baby.
Scotty, useless cunt.
There has not been a... Oh my God, it just... Anyway, let's move on to...
Monster Harvest.
What is this?
So this is looks like a Stardew Valley-esque game, but it's play it like Pokemon.
Okay.
Okay, is this... Because I'm now thinking of... There's a couple of other games I'm thinking of that might be part of this. Is this just its own new IP?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind then. Because there's a couple of other games that kind of revolve around that.
So yeah, like you do everything from like farming to mining to like hunting.
Cool.
And it looks like Stardew Valley, in my opinion.
Have you guys played that game?
No, I hate it. It's not my thing.
Okay. Well, never mind.
There's people who are listening to this right now who love it.
Are these games that you want to play?
Yeah.
Then why is Monster Harvest here then?
Because it's like Pokemon.
Okay.
It's not like Stardew Valley. I said it looks like Stardew Valley.
Interesting. I'm going to have to look into the like.
And it plays like Pokemon.
Interesting.
Like you literally battle people.
Is this not Temtem?
No, this is Monster Harvest, Jahan. Look at the name. It says Monster Harvest. That's what it's going with, all right?
Okay.
Gaming. But yeah, I am actually, I'd give this a shot.
All right, cool. Okay. Fair enough.
One thing I've been waiting for I don't know how long is Biomutant.
When was that announced?
Oh man, years ago.
Yeah, because
like Biomutant 2, like it's...
So all I remember is it was announced and then it just...
We got a sick trailer.
Of hype, and then it just went away.
Yeah.
And I assumed it just died.
No, it comes out this month.
And it comes out this month and I've seen a bit of it. I haven't bothered following up on it because I'm like, I'm not going to like hype myself up and then find out it's coming out in like a year and a half or something.
So to give people the breakdown, so it's set in obviously a fantasy world, but there's no humans, it's all animals. And the way I always think about this game is I actually think of Kung Fu Panda, but now add like
guns,
mechatronics and guns into it.
Kung Fu Panda meets
like
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly it. Like you've got guns. Like there's like a really cool duck. I always imagine sheep.
Really cool duck.
Is this the true sequel?
Well, I'm sold.
Is this a true sequel to Animal Crossing or Reptile Village?
I think so.
Reptile Village.
I always think of Master Shifu now, but he's just got like a mechanical eye and like he's got a gun.
Sorry, can we just name the episode? There's a really cool duck.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm so there for that. There's a really cool duck.
This does look really good though.
Yeah.
There's too many games coming out this year, like month.
Anyway.
So many games.
I want to get the rough break. This is the last game. It's already come out already whilst we're talking about it, is Returnal. It's a real hit and miss game. It's got really good game mechanics. It's cool. It looks great. It plays well. But you've got to combat one of the hardest things that I think most people traditionally play games, which is save files.
So how I see it, what do you call them? Roguelites and roguelikes aren't very mainstream-esque. They're more indie, like they're more of an indie game sort of trope or genre. So you got games like Dead Cells, Enter the Gungeon, Binding of Isaac is arguably one of the big ones. But they're all made by small dev teams relatively small dev teams, where they hit a certain mark. Issue is Housemarque has got such a pedigree behind it and Sony's backing that this is no doubt, and the marketing as well behind it as well. This has hit the whole Sony audience, and people have picked it up because it's a Housemarque game, which is brilliant. Resogun was fucking one of the best games to come out on PlayStation 3 back in the day. But I don't think people are weren't ready for what roguelites are.
Yeah.
So I think that's where there was
So just for context, everyone tuning in on what Returnal is, like I said, great gameplay, everything. But there's what I mean by no save file is like if you die, you start from the beginning, but you don't start on the same level. The whole game
It's all
re-engineers
procedural.
it re-engineers a whole new environment. So you could be playing in an ice level, whatever, versing all these monsters who are trying to kill you. And you can make it. You could be 9 hours deep into the game, making it all the way through these levels. If you die, or the game freezes, or your power outage goes out, you start from the beginning.
There's been issues with that because I can
how long does it take to play through the game?
So
Well, good question.
So I've been seeing that's the thing with roguelikes. It's you building on your knowledge and skills and slowly getting better and better. I think the first time most people have finished the game once, it's taken them about 10 hours. You can you can put it in stasis mode. You can just
Pause
rest your PS5. However, there have been issues where people are like, my PlayStation just shut off.
Yeah, you
We
know how
don't
like
need
it
a
randomly,
yeah.
like obviously consoles just randomly shut down a game for no
I
reason.
think what people want is just a state, like a save state situation. They don't need it to be a save point, essentially speaking. Not I died, let me go back and start again. No, they just.
But there is no checkpoints. There's no.
Yeah, you're not meant to have checkpoints in this game. This is up my alley. Roguelikes are my thing. Dark Souls style, like throwing myself over and over again and understanding what the issue is and then fixing it.
So if you're comfortable with that, I think that's a game for you.
It brings this conversation back where when Sekiro came out in 2019, people were like, do games need an easy mode? And the issue isn't that. The issue is certain games yes, certain games no. There's an argument there, but people like Steve Spurn, who's
So you better say Steven Spielberg, and I was like,
Steve Spurn, who's able-bodied gamers, huge advocate for like the accessibility to video games. I was on the side of like, no, these games need to stay where they are because it's a challenge. But I understand where he's coming from.
No, I think games need an easy because there's some people who just want the story.
Yeah, some
people enjoy playing. Like there's games I've played on just like easy because I just want the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I'll go back and just play harder because I want a challenge. But like if you just want the story of the game, I don't see the problem in having an easy mode.
Yeah, so I was very much on the other side until I started listening to him, and he's like, of course, not everyone has quick reactions or doesn't have the game set to play these games. So I can completely understand there. The issue I think with Returnal is roguelikes aren't meant to be, quote, easy. So it's such a difficult spot to be in because the point, like, this story, I'm not sure about the story, but like Binding of Isaac, for example, one of my favorite roguelikes out there, I've put I think 700 hours into this game overall.
fucking Christ.
All the story is a mum trying to, gets a bit dark, mum trying to kill her son in the name of God. That's it. That's the whole story. And then you just work your way down into each of the basements, blah, blah, blah. You kill your mum at the end, blah, blah, blah.
Cain and Abel.
It's a very biblical game. It's all around
Of Isaac.
That one, yeah.
But like,
sorry, I mixed up my biblical stories.
there's no story there. Like, there's barely any story there, so I can understand why it's so hard. It took me, I think,
that's fair.
Yeah, so that's why this is a bit of an issue for me, just because I'm not 100% sure if this was like a Ghost of Tsushima and they're like the game's too hard, or a Sekiro. I can understand because there's story there.
I think it's something kind of like we spoke about it last week when you said Last of Us is a game you have to put actually put input into to get something out of it.
Yeah.
If you
can't pass a certain point, that's it. Story ends for you there.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if you just actually want to go on the story and like go on this journey with things, like I don't see the problem with going on easy mode for that.
No. I think as I've gotten older, I've just gone, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just playing. If it's a game I'm like, I'll play Mass Effect on insanity mode, because I know how to play that game.
Yeah.
And I love that game. And I know what to do there. But if this was some new game, like Call of Duty, I'm like, dude, I didn't give a shit at all. Just give me the story.
Literally.
And then I'll go and like actually test myself out online.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
There's no problem with playing the story on easy and then going online, because online's going to be obviously fucking hard.
Yeah.
And the evolution of games in terms of its difficulty setting is so interesting, because if you owned a Super Nintendo or just Nintendo in general, like all those consoles back in the day, there was no save files. There was no, like, every game was so hard. Like Mega Man
Well,
X.
it's primarily because
Are
there
you
were
fucking
arcade
kidding me?
games that were brought over or
I know.
had that mentality, and they're like, well, we don't want our
Yeah, but
guys to finish this game in like one sitting.
Yeah,
we need to make
but
them as hard as possible.
fuck me, it taught you how to play, like how to be, I suppose, better reflexes, just better at playing the
Taught you
game.
patience as well, because only so far Ninja Gaiden could take you before you like just threw the controller at the wall.
Yeah.
Dude, there's only
Earthworm Jim, the
There's-
original. Oh.
Castle-
There is,
Yeah.
I would put money on this. There is no game that ever resulted in more thrown controllers against a wall than FIFA.
Wii Sports.
No. Well, that's
That's great.
okay. More intentional throws against the wall.
Yeah, you know what? I think you'd be
Call
right
of Duty
there.
would be up there
Call
too.
of Duty might be
'Cause
up there,
you
but that's
see
a lot
all-
more just racial slurs and
but like you
that's a
see
different
all
type
the
of
memes
hurling.
online. Like you see all the memes online of like people hitting the bar like numerous times and then like just throwing the PlayStation out the fucking window, or like throwing like. I have thrown more controllers against a wall or fucking out the window playing FIFA. Than
I think I've
any of
thrown
them.
my controller once, and it was at my couch because I respect my controllers.
Man,
I've never thrown a controller.
I've just like I picked it up and went like this and just like kind of like punched the couch.
I wish I had your restraint.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen Robbie lose it sometimes, and I'm just like, dude, come on.
I've shouted at myself. Like I've shouted at shit.
Oh no, I've
Like-
properly fucked a controller off wall. I've put a hole in a wall through.
Oh my
like,
God.
throwing a controller. I
Remember,
would
Robbie
say-
put his head through
A window.
a glass window.
Yeah.
so-
No, I was in it was a really old house in Dublin, and I threw a
Aren't they
controller.
all
against-
old?
Well, yeah, but like I threw a controller against the wall, and it stuck in the wall.
Is it still stuck in the wall?
Some
this
say
day.
to this day.
Some say it
It's
is
waiting
still there.
it's waiting for its King Arthur.
When will Robbie return?
Yeah, I just pull it out and just win FIFA. I was like, FIFA, won it.
Completed it, mate.
Completed it, mate.
Don't worry about it.
Tom, I see here, Xbox has never turned a profit, which explains their push into
On a
services.
console. Hang on.
Yeah,
Xbox has never turned a profit on a console.
that doesn't count accessories and everything else. It's
Games,
just-
the fact that they own the whole of the PC world, and all the other products
yeah,
that they
the
have.
consoles itself never turned.
How much are they making these consoles for? That they go
More than what they're selling,
well, I guess of course.
because this has only come out through. So it's actually because they're supporting Epic in their lawsuit against
They
Apple.
have to show these like
Oh, that's right. That's why it keeps. They're like, oh,
there's so much
that's
news
why-
coming out.
Yeah,
yeah.
so they're backing Epic because this will potentially give them. a chance
Well, I
to
mean,
make more
of
money.
course, because like Apple, Microsoft, you want to be
They want to take Apple down, obviously.
But some of the stuff, some of the news that's actually, sorry, side note, some of the stuff that's being reported, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, there was a thing about Xbox predicted or assumed that, I think it was like Breath of the Wild 2 was going to come out last year. And I was like,
I'm just like, what the fuck
and I
does
was
that
like,
got to do with anything?
who fucking cares?
They're just using it as a way to leak shit now. Yes, we've actually never turned a profit, and Breath of the Wild 2 is out next year.
Yeah. What? And then I'm seeing this other stuff. It's like, oh, Microsoft internally reviewed The Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
And the comment was
What
like,
was the point?
And it's like, oh, we thought it was an excellent game with a great strategy and a driven story. And I'm like,
Cool.
why the fuck is anyone posting or writing about this? I don't like.
But
What?
like, what's the relevance? Like, yeah, we actually looked at that game and we thought it
Hey,
was good.
who knew that a good game was made? Oh,
I've been really confused over this Epic Apple thing. Like,
I just don't see, like, look, Epic aren't going back onto the Apple App Store after this either way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see what the point of it is. Like,
I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't
you
understand.
were, like coming out of that Epic thing, the Epic court case. That how much money have they dropped into their Epic Game Store and like paid for developers? It was like, I think it was $1 billion or something. And people like right now they're like, well, this proves that Epic's store is not going to make a profit. But I'm trying to find. I've been asking people to show me Steam's early years Because when Steam originally came out, people fucking hated it. Absolutely despised what they were doing that. Yeah. But now it's obviously the place to go to buy your games and everything. So, Epic's store isn't bad. Like, you get free games on there. I barely use it, but
it's just the same with anything. People like hate it, and then they're like, oh, it's just more of like an acceptance that it's actually like a thing.
I see this always with Zelda games. When Wind Waker first came out, people like despised that game, and now it's like, no, they don't. Shut up.
I do.
And now people think it's one of the best ones out there, or Twilight Princess and shit. But like, yeah, so
Twilight Princess is the best.
No, it isn't. Shut up. Anyway, can we just move on from this before?
Yeah. Well, I saw Battlefield 6. I'm guessing because Battlefield 5 is now the free PS Plus game. Battlefield 6 is on the way.
Well, yeah. So there's a lot of
There's some weird
there's a lot
leaks
of weird leaks and stuff happening. Obviously, we're about to get a huge announcement on Battlefield 6. It's coming.
Look, it's the same with anything. Like, obviously, like Xbox and PlayStation, they all line it up. But like, if it's a free game, it's usually there's like an announcement coming.
I've heard this ploy used in marketing many times for things like Call of Duty and Battlefield before, but they really are saying that this is gonna like turn heads, and this Battlefield 6 is just gonna be back to its roots, back to what it's really good at doing, but it's gonna be an experience like you've never had before. If that means ridiculous amounts of players on the same map, then whatevs. Okay, cool. I don't mind that. But I'd like to see it be a little bit more challenging. But I'd like to see more challenge from both. Like, fuck, I know we get a COD every year and stuff, but, you know, am I going to buy it? I don't know.
I think we all agree we're just buying things that come out yearly. We're all just buying every second year now. I think we all agreed on that.
Yeah, I mean, Assassin's Creed even took a step back from that stuff. They're like, all right, let's stop doing this every year. Like, let's do this every 2 or 3. This is, yeah.
It took them a while, smarter. But they got there.
They did, and they made better games because of it.
Yeah, COD just need to stop trying to please 10-year-old boys.
Ooh, that's a weird way to say that.
And satisfy themselves.
Oh my God, okay.
God damn it, Robbie, what's with you with boys?
It's just the boys.
Okay, I want to talk about Bad Batch. I want to talk about Bad Batch. I thought it was phenomenal.
I thought it was meh.
I loved it.
It's because you're a joke, Robbie.
Wow.
Sorry, no, well, okay. Maybe my attitude would have been different if I wasn't going into it thinking this is a standalone fucking movie.
Well, that's what I thought it was.
Literally, I was like, oh, it's an hour long. And then he's like, yeah, it's a movie. I'm like, oh, okay. And then it ended. I'm like, what? Like, that's a dumb ending for a movie. And now I'm aware it's a series. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. I think if I go back watching it with the knowledge it's now a series, I'm like, sweet. But literally, after it ended, I'm like, that is the dumbest ending for a movie ever.
Fair enough. I really like that, especially the way that they recontextualized Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith, talking about like,
man, that was so cool.
What is it? The attack on me has left me deformed.
The attack on my life has left me deformed. Yeah,
weak and deformed. Just like Order 66, and seeing them slowly turning, and then
that was really cool.
Oh, that was really great. This is spoilers as well for Bad Batch. Just FYI.
Yep.
Well, it's been out for a week now.
No, it's been out for like 3. Oh, well, yeah. Okay, never mind. Disregard what I just said. I keep forgetting when I'm...
We won't talk about episode 2, which is also out now.
Literally came out like, I think, last night.
Yeah, probably.
Or something.
Yeah.
As of recording.
But I thought it was excellent. There's a lot of speculation at the moment, and people don't really like the fact that Sharpshooter has been like pushed away, I guess, from the group. And there's a theory that they're going to find, like the Bad Batch are going to find about the chip implants in their heads, and then they're going to go try rescue him and get the chip out of his head.
Tech found out about that though, right? I can't remember, but
I think that's just a speculate. That's not going to happen. Okay. That's just like speculation.
I mean, they know that, like they're aware of the chip implants, and that's why we're defects. We don't have that. Like
it's like
they know
correctly.
No. They know they are genetically different from everyone. They don't know about the chips.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Okay, wait. Okay, yeah, because Fives knew about the chips. Fives got killed off.
Yep.
No, wait. Sorry, Echo. No, Fives got killed off. He was the one that found out about. This is in the Clone Wars.
Yeah. And he was trying to save his mate's life, which was Echo, and Echo died because the chip removed, and it was just a bad scenario.
Hence why he's back, and like he's half human, half machine now, and why he looks like he has not seen the light of day for like 30 years.
Yeah.
But I thought it was good, especially at the beginning. There's that huge, the Jedi at the very beginning of that episode, one of them gets killed, obviously, and then the other one runs away, and she goes and calls him Caleb. And I'm like, hold up, I know that name, and it's because it's Kanan from Rebels.
Yeah.
It's him as a young kid. It's weird though.
It blew when I saw it. I was like,
he's got the same voice though. I'm just like, he's like 12 years old here. Why does he sound like an adult man?
Yeah.
He's got the same voice actor. They didn't like pitch him up or anything. So it's just the same voice actor playing a 12-year-old when he's meant to be like 35, 40 years old. It's so strange, but really like that. I was like, oh, that's really neat little like cameo there. I think it's a bit different to what the legends had actually said he was, how it happened. But
I also love how this made General Tarkin just an absolute dick.
Well, I mean,
He's always been a dick.
Yeah, I know, but
well, he's General Tarkin here. I do love the fact he's already got his suit.
Empire suit on, yeah.
Like
he wasted no time. Empire, sick.
20 years prior, he's just already got
He
this.
had that shit ready to go.
But yeah, so good. Like, especially like putting in the inklings that maybe the stormtroopers aren't clones. Obviously they are, but like putting in like, well, why should we work with the Kaminoans anymore? Because they're so expensive to build. Why not just use recruits? We have people that will fight for like all that crap. I thought it was great. And I really like the Bad Batch. Like D. Bradley Baker, who voices the clones, does a phenomenal job just giving each one of them a personality.
Yeah.
But my God, there's just so much more personality with this team. And it's so weird to think that he's the voice for
All of them,
like 40 individuals in this TV show. And you can easily pick them out and just be like, yep, that's him.
It's kind of similar to, I don't know if you ever watched, I've only seen the first couple of seasons, but like Orphan Black.
Oh, yes, yeah.
What's her, Tatiana something?
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
But the fact, like, she's the same actress, but kind of similar. She gives the personality to the different people. It's mad how some people are able to do that.
Yeah, so good.
And she's the new She-Hulk as well for the Disney
Oh,
Plus series.
neat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Anyway, if you haven't watched Bad Batch, please go do it. It's
Can I just quickly talk? Like, I don't see it here in the notes, Tom. I wasn't consulted. I was asleep. But Mythic Quest 2 Season 2. Mythic Quest 2. No, Mythic Quest just
Mythic Quest Season 2
is out.
It
well,
is.
the first two episodes dropped last night.
And do you like it?
Highly fucking recommend it. I don't know why the two of you don't watch it. It's literally just
because it's on Apple TV.
But it's a comedy about game development. It's fucking great.
And I really like the actor.
Rob McElhenney is just so fucking good. And the cast, like
is he fat or is he buff in this?
Oh no,
he's
like,
still ripped as hell.
He's buff as fuck.
Just a game developer.
And they actually like make like proper jokes towards it. Like he actually kind of references why he stayed in such good shape in it as well. Like especially in the quarantine episode that they did.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, it was really, really good. But yeah, the first
I do need to jump on this, and I will.
The first two episodes, like, if you don't have Apple TV, my guess is wait another 8 weeks, get the 7-day trial, smash through it. Like it's 20 half-an-hour episodes. So fucking good.
I've seen a few episodes with you. I do like it. It's good. I haven't been.
It's so good, and like this new season where it's just like so. And I don't really want to ruin it.
You're ruining it. You're ruining it.
But now that he has a co-creative director, and it's the one with the Australian accent,
yeah,
it's just like we said last week. Australian accents out of context or not out of situ.
Even weird. Out of context is just jarring as fuck.
Out of context is potentially more jarring, but out of situ is weird. And yeah, you're just kind of like, why is she Australian? But it's really
she's really good.
Really, though. Like, to go back to that Australian accent thing, did either of you ever play Final Fantasy 13?
No.
So there's a character in that game who has an Aussie accent, and it's just really jarring because everyone's American. And there's just this one chick who has an Aussie accent. And when I first heard it, I was like, once again, just that, oh my God, why is this happening?
G'day, how you going?
It's
pretty much.
To be honest, I'd rather hear Australian than Irish because no one can. Because anyone who does an Irish accent, I was like, that's a fake Irish accent. They could be Irish. I'll be like, it's
upping
fake.
the Irish.
It's fake.
Yeah.
Because Hollywood wants them to up it. I'm like, nah. I did walk in on my girlfriend watching P.S. I Love You the other day, and Jared Butler doing an Irish accent. I'm like, you're Scottish. You should know better. This is awful.
Don't do this.
When you said P.S. I love you, I thought the PlayStation podcast were kind of funny.
PlayStation, I love you. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, yeah. But moving quickly on, Loki is now on Wednesdays.
Yeah,
How good.
Love
Wednesdays
this.
and New Fridays.
Love this. I did like Tom Hiddleston's teaser trailer thing as well. Like, well, yeah, it was really good.
That's brilliant. I'm happy that there's a mid-season show now, mid-week show.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy with
I
it.
still can't get over that snippet. You know, the facial recognition technology when it's got Jim Carrey instead
Oh my
of Tom
god,
Hiddleston.
so perfect,
And
isn't
I
it?
kind of wish Jim Carrey did. Like, I love Tom Hiddleston, but like watching Jim Carrey do it, I'm like,
Putting his face on Loki and oh man,
Like what was it? It was like if Loki was casted in the 90s or some crap like that was the title of the
yeah,
video.
but it worked so well.
I would love if they did a Loki's he's ageless, isn't he? Essentially speaking.
He's a god, yeah. He's like a
Yeah.
couple of thousand years old, yeah.
So okay, it wouldn't really work, but I was going to say something like if they went like 5,000 years in the future and Jim
That
Carrey
could work.
was the like face, or even if it was a different Loki from another dimension, that would be fucking phenomenal to have Jim Carrey playing Loki and
that
slightly
would be
bit more Jokerish.
That would be a good use of Jim Carrey in the MCU because, like, I think he's too old to play like a major character, but something, yeah. Because like I was watching the Honest trailer for Falcon and Winter Soldier, and they're like, and Julia Louis Dreyfus shows up because now every actor in Hollywood is contracted to have to show up in the MCU at some stage.
How weird was that, seeing her come up? She's like, oh my god, okay.
I was like, holy fuck, Julia Louis Dreyfus is in this now? And she's like, and then she just leaves. I'm like, I'm guessing they have more plans for you because that was really fucking
Well,
rad.
she's what is she? Thingy Hydra, isn't she?
She's in Hydra, yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm guessing Captain America 4 she'll have a bigger role.
Yeah, the assumption like being part of Hydra and Shield.
Same thing.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just like, oh, like we're watching it. Me and my girlfriend were watching it, and she's like, hold up, that's Elaine. What is she doing? And she was no different. Well, she was a little less neurotic, but it was still like the same level of like, I don't see anyone but Elaine here.
I totally agree with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just very random.
I've never watched Seinfeld, so
Okay, that's
I've
why.
tried watching the first episode. So we were up in the Lord Dudley a couple of months ago at this stage, and like it was like me and my mate and Tom and another guy. They were just like it was Tom and mate and me and her boyfriend. And we were like, we've never watched it, and they're like, you need to watch it. So both of us went home and we both watched episode 1 separately, and we were texting and we were just like, this is not as good as they say it is.
There's definitely
Maybe
a
not
nostalgia
episode
thing.
1, maybe jump to like midway through
No,
the show.
but so Game Grumps.
No.
So there's a YouTube channel called Game Grumps. Aaron, who's one of
Yeah.
the hosts of it, he goes, every Seinfeld episode is the same. And essentially what happens is David Costello, is that his name? Comes in, goes and complains to Jerry about... George complains to Jerry about something, and Elaine's there, and Elaine's going, what's that? And so it's essentially, Jerry, they've done it. They've gone and they've schmeckled me. And it's like, oh, you don't want to get schmeckled.
25
You don't want to get
schmeckles.
you don't want to get schmeckled. And Lane's like, what schmeckle? And then Kramer comes in. He goes, what's happening?
Sliding
He goes,
through the door.
Yeah, and goes, they've schmeckled me, Kramer. They've schmeckled me. And then Kramer going, oh, you don't want to be schmeckled. And then that's it. That's the whole episode.
Whole
And then
episode,
just
yeah.
gets that weird like
It's just a different
you got the weird
schmeckle
scat,
every
like-
time.
You're not
jazz
telling me.
music going in the background, and then that's it. And it's just, what's
And he
the
made
deal?
$500 million out of it.
What's the deal with schmeckles? And then that's it. That's every episode.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I think it's a nostalgia thing at this point. Kind of like how Friends,
Yeah,
like
background.
some of the
Okay.
Friends jokes land
I
still,
missed
they're
it,
good.
yeah, I missed
but
it.
it's just like, you're not really missing out on much.
All right, so I missed.
What
So I
is
missed.
the deal
So,
with schmeckles?
all right, so I missed the Seinfeld train.
Yeah, don't worry about
Oh
it.
yeah, big time.
Okay.
Yeah, big time.
Oh well.
Do you know? It's weird to see, but like Andrew Garfield has like
I call
fully
bullshit
denied.
on this.
Yeah,
I call
it's absolute bullshit. It has to be.
It's like Tom Holland spoiling something. It's part of the marketing plan.
But you saw the thing. He's like, I don't know. I can't speak for anyone else, but I can certainly speak for me. And he goes, "Yeah, I'm not in."
I haven't gotten a call. Bullshit.
No, didn't he say something along the lines of there's things in the works or some
No,
crap?
he said-
No,
he
he
said-
said, I haven't gotten a call.
I haven't gotten a call.
Okay,
about being in
Bullshit. He's in it. Bullshit. You don't bring back Electro, Doc Ock. Isn't Gwen Stacy like Emma Stone? Maybe he's
she?
just maybe he doesn't want to see Emma Stone because like I almost had that.
What do you mean? They used to go out.
I know, yeah, but they were engaged and then they called it off and now she's engaged again.
It's awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't want to be part of that.
Yeah, fair enough. Actually, it was
Also, maybe he's just like I love the BoJack Horseman version of Andrew Garfield. Like,
BoJack Horseman
Where?
version of Andrew Garfield.
yeah,
Where's he in-
he's in BoJack Horseman. He's like the really polite English version.
Oh
of Andrew
yeah,
Garfield.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
this at all. Oh no.
It's really good.
He is, he's
And
good.
I'm just imagining him as this really polite person. He's like, no, I couldn't possibly be on the same set as Emma. No.
Do you know what was really sad? Did you see what I sent into the group this morning?
Dude, you literally woke me up. No.
Okay, so it's a post back on Twitter from years and years and years ago, and it was Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4, and Sony came out being like, oh, it's going to come out at this time, but obviously that never came to fruition. It's got a gif of Tobey Maguire like crying in like one of the scenes in Spider-Man, so it could have been.
Well, yeah, because wasn't it that... Well, they wanted Sam Raimi... So Sam Raimi wanted to do it, but they tried to... So he didn't want Venom in Spider-Man 3. They just made them shoehorn it because they're like, oh...
We need to fit all these characters in.
Yeah. And then Sam Raimi's like, no, fuck this. And then he just left it after that. So then the whole thing fell apart.
Yeah. You can't rush a good thing.
No. But isn't Sam Raimi... He's involved in the MCU now some way. He's not directing Spider-Man, but... he's right. Isn't he directing... Doctor Strange?
What?
I wouldn't be surprised
I'm nearly
by that, yeah.
sure Sam Raimi is doing something in the MCU,
Maybe about
which
it. I didn't think
probably
it was
means
Doctor Strange.
which probably means Bruce Campbell's on the way. That cunt loves Bruce Campbell. Don't get me wrong, I like Bruce Campbell, but that cunt loves him.
Help your
I'm
friends,
sitting-
right? Help your friends.
Yeah, essentially that's why Mila Jovovich's husband, Andrew.
Djokovic?
No, Jovovich. I don't know. What's his Paul W.S. Anderson? Is that the
yeah,
one?
the director. Yeah, she's
yeah,
married
not
to him.
not the good one. Not Paul S. Anderson.
But she's married to him. Yeah.
Yeah, so hence put her in everything and ruin my.
Every Resident Evil.
Yeah, he's directing Doctor Strange and the multiverse.
Oh,
Multiverse
damn,
of
okay.
Madness. Fucking nailed it.
So Tobey Maguire's coming back. But you know what else's thing is Blade begins shooting in June 2022.
Begins
I'm
shooting.
so keen for this.
Yeah.
Did you actually see? It was Joe Rogan and someone else was talking about this Blade thing. I think it was Joe Rogan and Action Bronson. They were talking about like you would have fucking loved it. They were just talking about like it has to be Wesley Snipes, and they were like literally for like 10
I've
minutes.
seen this. Yeah.
For like 10 minutes, like it has to be Wesley
It
Snipes.
has to be
Wesley Snipes, and then they're like, oh, it's gonna be him. I can live with that. I can live with that.
When was this? When did this happen? Because didn't we know for a long time it was going to be
Mahershala Ali.
I can't say his name.
Mahershala.
Just
say you have to say his first name and say it. And
yeah,
second
you
name
can't
and
just
say
say one.
Actually.
because otherwise, like, when does the first name end?
Yeah, like, do you think like at home he like it's always full name for him?
Mahershala Ali
Doesn't
Yes,
he never knows when he's in trouble? It's just always his full name.
Mahershala Ali.
always say his full name.
Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala.
No, I just wanted to
What are
know
we
if you
doing?
wanted a cup of tea.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's when did that sort of situation happen? Because wasn't that like known for like a good half year?
Yeah, but so they announced him as Blade, but they never announced when it was going to start. So
Yeah.
now we know it's starting in 2022.
That makes me sad. That's
Shooting.
still so long away.
Oh, it'll be out by like the end of 2022.
What? No way.
Yeah, well,
No way.
100%.
Shooting is generally the longest process.
Yeah, they'll shoot. What you said, June 2022? Yeah, so they'll shoot from June to August, and it'll be out by Christmas.
It probably won't have as big of a budget as like Avengers and
Dude,
stuff
they're
like
literally
that.
shoot. I was reading this the other day. Like so they shot. So I was reading this about the Dexter reboot. So they shot from February until I think it's wrapping next month, and they're planning to have it out by September. So if they can have a fucking series edited and ready to go by September, they can have a fucking movie.
So many people working on this entire just universe. Fuck me.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like it'll be out by the end of next year, or
Okay,
like
I'm
or very latest, it'll be out by like early 2023.
You heard it here first, Robbie. So if it doesn't,
They didn't announce it in their schedule. That fucking epic trailer, by the way. Holy shit.
that was really fucking cool.
fucking goosebumps. It was so sick. They didn't announce it in that. And the fucking Fantastic Four tease at the end, I'm like, does that mean it's 2024?
I was so confused. I was like, is that Phase 4 or is that Fantastic? Because that looks like the 4 from Fantastic Four.
It is Phase 4, but obviously Fantastic Four. But like, I was like, does that mean it's 2024? Because they only announced as far as 2023. So I'm kind of really confused by that. But
Third time's a charm.
But by March next year, we have 5 Marvel movies, which is
so much.
yeah. By
That's
this time next
burnout
year,
again.
by this time next year, we have 6 Marvel movies, and actually, like even like the quick snippets that were already in the trailer, but Black Widow, I'm like, oh, actually, you know what? Okay, yeah, that actually looks kind of cool. I think it's because now I'm kind of like with the thing that it's a standalone story in the MCU, and it's not like necessary to the story of the MCU. Like I can actually
It's just building character.
I can character that's already dead. I can watch it whenever I want. Like I was like, hey, you know what? That's a story I can pick up and leave. I'm actually excited for it now. That's like, yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I never cared enough about Widow at the beginning.
So there's a theory that this movie, obviously, like the different universes and everything that goes on, there's a theory that Widow knew something about Endgame that she's been keeping secret from everyone for this entire time. So she knew that she would have to sacrifice herself and all this type of stuff. And there's just a theory that she may have done something with a certain stone, and she's actually going to come back in.
Oh no!
Just
let the comic. It's always the issue in the comics. It's like Wolverine's dead. It's okay,
let
guys. Don't
Sleeping
worry.
Widows die.
Look, you know that I'm not the biggest Widow fan. All I'm saying is these are theories that are coming out. They are just crazy.
I like Scarlett Johansson. I liked Black Widow. Especially in Infinity War. I thought she was fucking great. But I'm ready to let go of that character.
Just
if they want to find a way to bring Robert Downey Jr. back, okay. But Black Widow, I'm like, look,
just let it go, Robbie.
No.
Well, now you know how certain people feel potentially about Black Widow.
okay.
There's more people feeling that way about Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
No, I think he's done. I think that story is done.
He did say on the Joe Rogan podcast that like it would have to be like a fucking good storyline for him to come back, but like at the minute he's happy where it ended. And like I don't like it was a great arc for his character. But if they can find a way, rather than just like time travel and whatever, because he said he's not going to like just do it for that. If there's a way to bring his character back for like a little bit, he's happy to do it. Because obviously Marvel launched his career again.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, they were also paying him $50 million for the.
Oh my god!
first
This reminds me.
fucking
Someone
Avengers.
back when Thor 1 was first coming out. I don't remember where I read the actual. I don't remember who actually pushed this article out, and probably good I don't. But essentially, it was Thor has got no-name actors on board as their Thor and Loki. We're going to have to hope. It was essentially like, who are these people? Why are they on board? And it's like, we're going to have to hope that most of the budget goes to the special effects to make up for them. This was back in 2005 when this came out.
Now it's fucking Chris. now trying to get Chris Hemsworth or Tom Hiddleston to do anything. Holy fuck.
It was such a
And Natalie Portman. Hold the fuck on. Natalie Portman was like a name actor.
No, but they were like, hold up. The main people in this show,
Okay.
the main ones that the show is made around, movie, is some random from Australia and some British lad. Like,
And they have Anthony Hopkins and Natalie Portman.
yeah, so it's just like they could have got anyone to be playing these roles, and they got some random Aussie bogan.
True,
and
but yeah.
But it's just such a like weird thing, and it just kind of brought to my attention. It's like, hold up, then when can you not be a nobody and kind of be put into the role because the director sees something in you?
Look at Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Like, no one knows any of those actors.
Well, Awkwafina is well known.
Oh, okay. Well, like, I mean, the main guy.
Simu
The main guy.
Liu is known. You just don't watch the movies that he's in.
All right. I'm sorry I haven't followed his fucking stuntman career.
Yeah, that's right.
Robbie's too obsessed with his own stuntman career.
Speaking of nobodies in TV movies, I guess by now we can talk about fucking what Gilmore won't ever shut about.
Just talk about Mortal Kombat for fuck's sake. I know.
So we've all seen it.
Okay, spoilers for Mortal Kombat. If you haven't seen it by this point, I'm sorry. This is probably the last segment anyway. So, nag.
Take it away, Tom.
Look at Google, nag for everything. Blah blah blah. YouTube, Twitter. Bully us on howdy at new-age-geeks.com.
Really need to check that.
Thomas, take it away.
So, my perfect Sunday.
I'll handle the media.
I'll handle the media, Jahan. Thank you. I'll tell you what. Like, I really liked the movie. I can't wait for another movie. It will happen. I just want younger Scorpion. I don't like the whole swapping of the Arcana. The Arcana.
Well,
I wasn't a big fan of that.
Not a fan of that at
logo.
all. Yeah, the
Marketing logo.
the symbol of the game.
They could only afford so many, so they really had to share it.
Hated that idea, to be honest.
Well, it just limits.
It just doesn't
who you can
explain
bring
things.
in.
Yeah, it doesn't explain things really well. Like it loopholes it so big because Raiden and Liu Kang were trying to find everyone who had Arcana to fight for Earth.
How
does Johnny Cage not fit? I understand why he wasn't in the movie because Kano was the comic relief, but
also Kano can't come back now. Like,
yeah, no, he can't. He's dead.
He can always come to Outworld. He can always become part of Outworld.
He could be in Netherrealm. You never know.
Scorpion died in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, but Scorpion's character is based on like Quan Chi and everything. I know it's not directly following what happens in the games, but anyway, Scorpion can come back because he's just made of bones. Sorry, coming back into it, I just don't. Johnny Cage just doesn't make sense to me as to what he can now miraculously appear in movie 2. Like if he had a dragon symbol on him, then he should have been there in the first place. Who would you like as
Johnny Cage?
Ryan Reynolds has done a great job of trying to implant himself.
Not the issue with Ryan Reynolds. The issue with Johnny Cage is he's meant to be a douche. He's not meant to be a lovable douche. He's meant to just be a dickhead.
He's meant to be a cockhead.
Yeah. So Ryan Reynolds, unfortunately, is very lovable.
That's not true. Trinity.
That was way at the beginning of his career.
He was also still kind of lovable in that.
That's way out.
Someone posted the Miz from WWE wants it, and I was like, yeah, he's a cockhead. Yeah, that'll work.
I'm sure there's probably a few people who could play Johnny Cage.
Might cast another nobody.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Get another article, and then in 10 years we can come back and laugh as well.
Look at that.
But it doesn't make sense, right? Would you agree it just doesn't make sense?
Do you recall?
It's a massive loophole.
Do you recall anywhere in the movie how many marks there were on each realm? Does anyone recall that?
No, they're only on Earth. But also,
only Earth.
Didn't they say that Mortal Kombat only happens every couple thousand years?
100.
Yeah. Then why the fuck is he looking for Johnny Cage now? It's not going to be in his lifetime again.
Mortal Kombat hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat hasn't happened yet.
They hadn't. The fight, the Mortal Kombat has not started.
This is what I mean. So they were trying to get to the tournament. They were trying to find fighters for the tournament, and then Shang Tsung rocks up and does it all before the tournament happens. He's trying to kill them all before the tournament happens.
Because that's part of other continuities of the Mortal Kombat games where he does this shit.
It's kind of gone the opposite way because number 2, Mortal Kombat 2, even the game and the old movie, is correct in that Mortal Kombat tournament happens and then they invade after because they lost. So they invade.
Paul W.S. Anderson, the same guy that did Resident Evil and Monster Hunters, these terrible video game movies, did the original Mortal Kombat movie and did a good job of it. So I don't know what happened after that. Anyway, back to it.
Yeah.
So there's 9 realms altogether, correct? Or there's
5.
5?
Yeah.
So
Edenia, Outworld, Netherrealm, Earthrealm, and I'm missing one.
Because all of those sound right.
Yeah, I'm missing one.
Does that mean they're going to be brought into the fray as well for the second movie? That is no doubt happening.
They probably will try and take a slower approach to it and just do one realm with it.
That's But then, so the guy that played Sub-Zero has signed on for 4 more movies or 4 movies total.
Yeah. Now, he's meant to eventually become Noob Saibot.
Sub-Zero? Or was it?
No, Sub-Zero. That's what happens. He dies and he comes back revived.
Is it
as
Sub-Zero?
Noob
I thought it was Scorpion that becomes Noob
Saibot. No,
Saibot.
Scorpion is Scorpion.
Yes, you're right. I don't know why I was thinking that.
And
Okay.
Sub-Zero's brother, Kuai Liang,
Yeah.
becomes the Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
With the mark on his eye. Yeah.
And then Scorpion wants to kill him, but then it's like, it's not your fault, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
All that cool. We're now buddies. But I don't know who. So that's a big issue for me as well. Like the fact that why would you not go kill these people that potentially have this mark who have no idea what's happening?
Yeah.
So it would be so easy to just go, you don't know what your arcana is, all that crap. Let me just come in and just go,
Again,
kill you.
another loophole. If Earthrealm's fighters have this symbol on them and they were trying to kill all the fighters with the symbol on them, wouldn't Shang Tsung randomly just appear in front of Johnny Cage and kill him?
Yeah. Well, no one else. So Kano dies to Sonya. So Sonya gets the mark.
Yeah.
Cool. I liked her arcana power kind of does resonates with what she has in the video game. So cool. Brilliant. No one else on Earthrealm. No, fucking Liu Kang dies. Nope, that's on it.
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao dies. So that mark's gone off somewhere because it obviously isn't.
Maybe that went to Johnny Cage.
That's what I assume then. That's the only thing I can think of that that would go somewhere. Because otherwise he would have had this mark his whole life and then...
So what, there can only be a maximum of how many fighters was it?
So it
4 or
was
5?
5, I think, altogether. So random new person that they brought in that's a descendant of
Cole.
Scorpion. Paul?
Cole.
That guy. Sonya. Kung Lao.
Paul.
Okay.
Liu Kang.
Paul.
And Kano. Now Johnny Cage. And then technically Raiden.
Who's not allowed to
Who's
fight.
not allowed to fight. So there's 5 of them.
I'm the strongest guy here, but I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah. Well, he's meant to, like, they're meant to just be guarding. The fact that the Elder Gods aren't like, why does Raiden not just take this to the Elder Gods and is like, bro, what's happening here? This isn't like,
They're breaking the rules
yeah,
of Mortal
dude,
Kombat.
stop it.
Like, this is
Also,
ridiculous.
the
Then
fact
we wouldn't have a movie.
So, well, yep. But in the games, is it 10 wins? And then,
10 straight wins, yeah.
10, yeah.
are you telling me that Earthrealm is that shit? That they've lost 9 times in a row?
Well, they didn't have
Yes.
Johnny. Well, they didn't have Johnny Cage before, so
Oh, Johnny Cage is arguably not
The
the best.
prophecy states the chosen one will arise.
Oh my god! But so it's 5.
Also, how fucking ripped was Liu Kang when he was in the sand pit and he takes his shirt off and he's doing like
You know
the
how
whole...
yeah. You
Dude,
know how
what the fuck?
Henry Cavill talked about how he had to dehydrate himself
yeah.
for that scene in the bathtub. My man over here must have done that for like 2
Plus,
weeks.
there's also great lighting too.
Yeah, of course. But dude, he
Man.
like took it off and just like, that's just Bruce Lee.
Yeah,
Bro,
It was proper,
fuck.
like the wings and like everything came out there.
Fucking crazy muscle on that guy.
I
Like,
forgot about The Witcher. That's
I
actually
love
good.
the fact that Liu Kang also just kept using the sweep kick as
Yeah,
just like a
is that your only
spam
move?
bot,
Oh,
just
fuck.
like just doing it. That was
gotcha.
brilliant.
Oh, fuck.
I really like the dragon, like his power as well. Like it actually didn't look too cheesy either. Like,
No,
actually
it looked like it kind of.
it looked like
it.
it fit the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, but I would argue the best fatality was Kung Lao's
Yeah,
dropping his and then just fucking
100%.
ruining it at the end by saying flawless victory.
yeah.
Yeah, that felt
fucking,
forced. Kano
Anytime.
half of them felt fucking forced.
Anytime
one
anyone said anything that was in the games from an announcer, I was like, "Don't why?"
You know, Kano's fucking worst.
Which is
why
fucking
Shang
Kano
Tsung
wins.
It's why Shang Tsung's actually worked because he is an announcer in the games and everything. He didn't make it feel awkward.
What was it? Who was Cabal being like, "Oh, it's my favorite part." He goes and he sucks out
Sucking
his
the
soul,
soul.
and just like
Yeah,
pulls it out. It's like, oh, that's so strange. Cabal was like, he was hit or miss for me at certain points. Like he was okay, and then it was like, it's really forced. It sounded really forced to me.
I just didn't really think very much of him.
Yeah,
I don't
he
think
was
about it at
there.
all.
Yeah. I mean, arguably, they got rid of Melina quite quickly. She's probably one of the most influential characters,
Oh, you
especially
got
from a
Jade and
female
stuff,
perspective.
Katana.
Yeah. Did you notice Katana's fan blade at Raiden's temple? Katana's fan was sitting on a thing.
I did not. I've only seen this movie once, Tom.
Yeah, I have seen it more.
Yeah.
Times, yeah.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, there was the fan blade, the little symbol that he was holding as well. That was to open up the realms. That little disc that Kano tries to steal, and Liu Kang's like, put it fucking back.
Oh shit! Okay, right, yeah, okay.
There was a lot of cool like little cameo things here and there that I noticed. I was like, quite cool. What do you think of Goro?
I thought he was good.
Yeah.
I think he didn't get as much screen time as he should have.
Yeah, and he didn't say any words either, which is interesting.
No, he didn't. But it was shit. Cole didn't have his Arcana by that point, right? And it was only when his family started getting threatened he got the weird basket weave armor.
Yeah, actually, that was.
No, it activated.
Yeah.
Well, activated.
I thought that was really because I think we all thought the same that he was about to become Scorpion, and Scorpion comes out.
And then just
Almost
gets body
would prefer
armor.
it. Almost would prefer it. Look,
Yeah, because
it's-
I was waiting for him to like do something. Like I was waiting for like Scorpion to come, and then Scorpion just appears. I'm like, wait, what? So this cunt's just really fucking useless.
He wasn't useless. He was
I
good.
really like the take on his character. I like his character. I like they're trying to push a new
An
power.
OG.
You know, like I appreciate
OG.
that. Yeah, like I appreciate that. But at the same time, yeah, I fully thought Scorpion's going to come back or at least teach him to be Scorpion. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that, but I kind of want that too.
I kind of wanted that from the final fight as well because like the way Sub-Zero was beating him so badly, I'm like, okay, he's gonna like have like a flashback or like
Second level of Arcana.
So like
gets unlocked.
literally kind of like you said, like Scorpion's gonna like show him what it is to be Scorpion, and then he's just gonna, and then that's the final fight. But then out of nowhere, Sub-Zero just gets a spear through his arm, and he's just like, oh no, he's shit.
What did you? So I personally I didn't hate Scorpion's fatality where he pulled off his face and started. But I thought it was a bit weird. Yeah, well, like I thought it was going to burn everything.
Yeah,
and I was kind of hoping it was going to stay that way.
I really would have rather like the one where the chain goes through him and then like he puts the spear through the head. Like,
the kicks off the head and then
Mortal
Kombat.
I mean,
11
he could have
style.
really gone. Yeah, he could have really gone overboard. Shoved the kunai into his head, wrap it around, throw it above a thing, pull him up, and then breathe fire on him, and like just.
Doesn't he
it
have
was
the Iron Maiden one as well, where he
Yeah.
brings the coffin from hell and then puts?
Oh
him
man,
in,
he's got heaps. He's got so many.
It would have been
But yeah,
anything would have been better than that one.
Actually,
I didn't
Sonya's
feel-
one was really cool. The actual she has that hole punch one, and it's just
And you can see the spine.
and it's a bit of blood dripping. I was like, that's a cool one. I kind of like that one. So, and was that that was to Kano,
Melina.
right? No, it was to Melina.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
No,
then.
Kano, she's just choked out, wasn't it?
No, he shoved a gnome in his eye.
That was
Yeah, shoved the gnome in his eye. Oh my god, Melina becoming quote Melina was I quite liked that. You could
liked
see
it.
the skin ripping and
Yeah, that
her
was cool.
going full mental
They
with
did
it.
such a good job with her character, but yeah, again, it was so
She
short-lived.
barely spoke, right?
Yeah, she did.
unfortunate.
She did, but short-lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my opinion. But look, I'm excited for the next one. I'm keen to see who comes out. Some of the things, I'm finding an internal battle with myself. I'm appreciating the fact that they're taking a new spin on it, love it. But then there's parts of me where I'm like, Jax didn't lose his arms to Sub-Zero. It's to a guy named Ermac, who's the red ninja.
Ermac wins.
And Ermac rips his arms off. It's not Sub-Zero. Like, there's just certain things that
I
happen.
hated Jax like having those skinny fucking arms for half the thing as well. And then it's just
and
like
that's his Arcana. Oh shit, Jax is the final one. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
that's his fucking that
And
was his power. Like,
his
he
final power is just I've now got robot. I've
got
actually
bigger
gone
robot arms.
to a proper hospital and been given arms. That's it. That was it.
it was like it was dumb. Anyway,
Yeah, it was. I think the way his power activated as well, like he was trying to save his best friend. I get that, but it's kind of like
dumb.
And also the way that rock fell on Sonya as well, just to finish up. Like I was like, for sure you've
Been
crushed all
crushed.
your bones.
Yeah, 100%.
Like what?
It was I still really enjoyed this movie, but my god, there's some it's a good video. It's a good video game movie because
Yeah.
there's not many of those out there.
Yeah,
But that's it.
they did well at portraying
What they had.
Yeah, what they had. They did
They
a good
did the
job.
best they could.
Yeah. And on that note, guys,
And on that bombshell,
I want to eat breakfast.
I need to go and
fucking
vaccinate
stunning.
my dog. So
well, that was a weird way to end it.
Gaming. Gaming. Gaming.